Hey, what it do, baby boat? This is a video. This is what it is. And I thought today I have something pretty cool to talk about, and it's something that I experienced this morning, and it's something that I've been experiencing for the past 3 years, and it's a cool little lesson that I can provide to you, and it's on changing people's beliefs and changing people's mindsets and changing people's belief systems, things that are already set in stone over years of conditioning, and you trying to change them, and why it's just a complete waste of time. I'm going to preface this point with a couple of stories. The first story is even today, when I have a morning routine that I follow. Usually I wake up in the morning, I read, I tidy up the house, I go for a walk, and I come back. And as I was coming back from my walk, my grandma stayed over. She just came back from Samoa, and then she stayed at our place for a night, and now she's driving back to her home today. And just as I was entering the driveway, and I saw Grandma looking through the window of our front door. I gave her a young wave and a smile, blah blah. I opened the door, gave her a hug. How are you, blah blah? You know, how's Grandpa? How's Samoa? Talk about family. And then she asked the question, how are you? How are things with you? And at that point, I was sitting there, and I was like, how do we say this? Okay, let me say, hold on. You know, when you watch this video, or if you came from my League of Legends channel, you'll know that I do some cool shit. You know it. You know that I've helped people not only get better at League of Legends, increase rank, which is gangster, is dualies. Like, it's cool to see people to get results. That's at the end of the day. That's the main thing that matters, is getting results. And to see people climb in League of Legends at one of their favorite video games is gangster. Not only that, but I've had people say that my type of material, the content that I put out, has helped them become better people and inspired them to lose weight and inspired them to start a business or even talk to girls or some shit. Just get better, improve. You'll know that. You might know that I for my living, the things that I do is that I write articles, I write content, specifically like health and fitness content for a bunch of companies. That's my financial side of things sorted. So I do some cool stuff, and all of the stuff, all my writing and stuff, everything that I do is on the internet, so I can do it wherever I want, as long as there's an internet connection. It's pretty cool. But when Grandma asks me, how are things going with you, she doesn't know anything that I just said. She doesn't know that a couple of months ago someone messaged me with depression, saying that I helped them solve their depression. I helped them motivated them to take the actions, to take the steps required in order to fix their depression. She doesn't know that the other day a kid messaged me saying that I've helped him talk to girls and helped him lose 9 kgs, and I helped him climb at League of Legends because the content that I put out inspired him to do so. She doesn't know that. She doesn't know that the other day someone asked for my advice on suicide and how to prevent suicide, or you know, just they're in a suicidal state and they wanted my advice. Some person who's wanting to fucking kill themselves saw me as an authoritative figure. They saw me enough of a person that they wanted my opinion on not killing themselves. But to Grandma and to my parents, it doesn't mean shit. That doesn't mean anything, because people have different values, and because to Grandpa and my parents, you know, a secure job, and college and your traditional academic education is the most important thing that you could ever invest in. Even considering the fact that all those results that I just said, of the people's lives that I've changed, and the fact that I created an income from the internet, that doesn't mean shit, because in my parents and in my grandparents, or my grandma's mind, specifically my parents, academics and a job is the #1 way to go, because their belief system is that's what it said. Even if that stuff is wrong, which in my opinion is 100% objectively wrong, like as dick, it doesn't matter, because their belief system is built off of that. So what I'm trying to say, okay, is that you shouldn't try to change a person's beliefs because they're probably not doing anything. Have you ever seen these religious arguments that people have, and it's so full of shit? It's just people just talking, just a bunch of monkeys making noise. That's legit what it is. Like, Jesus said this, and blah blah blah, and then the other Muslim comes and he's like blah 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 blah, and they're just having this unconstructive, waste of time conversation that doesn't progress at all. Nothing constructive is coming, nothing good is coming out of that argument. You know what the funny thing is? This is a side tangent. When I see people argue from a religious standpoint, especially people who believe in Jesus Christ, they say Jesus Christ was a big advocate for love and understanding, and being non-judgmental. Understanding, and most important, being understanding. And then I see these people arguing, trying to convince the other person and trying to say why I'm right, and I'm thinking, that's not a fucking... What would Jesus do? Jesus wouldn't do that. Jesus will put his message out there, and if you don't fuck with it, even on the cross when he was dying, when he was about to be crucified, he said, forgive Forgive them, Father, for they not know what they do. Like, what the fuck? Like, he obviously is understanding, and then these people were arguing from this place of, yeah, I'm a Jesus follower, but I'm not doing Jesus like, I don't have Jesus like qualities. I'm like, you're fucking retarded. What I'm trying to say is that there are people in your life that you should, you have beliefs, you have your beliefs, they have their own beliefs, and you shouldn't try and change their beliefs. You have to just accept the fact, love the person for who they are. You have to accept the fact that those are the beliefs that they have, that's their self-image, that's the way that they're brought up. And if they're not in a state to be influenced, or if they're not in a state to change their beliefs, which is the majority of people in the world, you're not going to get anywhere, you're not going to do anything. You should instead just listen. Don't try and get your point across, just listen. Just ask questions and just listen and just let them talk. And then that lowers their guard a lot. That doesn't put them in such a defensive motion or notion or state of mind. If you listen to someone and they open up to you, the next time you go to suggest something, they'll be more open to you, rather than you just trying to shove your opinion down their throat, which it never works anyway. Like, for example, there was one experience that I had recently, and my old man is still religious, and he's pretty into his religion. Not enough to the point that he's like going out and preaching and telling people what to do, but he has his own beliefs, and he knows who he is. He has his own beliefs. He knows what he believes in. Blah blah blah. And we were talking about alcohol and stuff like that, and he was like, nah, in the religion that I'm brought up in, that I was brought up in, you're not allowed to drink alcohol. They say it's called the word of wisdom. Alcohol, drugs, tobacco, any of those things. They say, nah, don't do that. And then in my head, when I started questioning things more, questioned the conditioning that I was subject to, I asked things like, well, why is it those things specifically? And why isn't it something like eating healthy food or exercising? I could go to church, the church where the word of wisdom is prevalent, and everyone in that room would apparently be following the word of wisdom, because apparently the word of wisdom is you don't drink alcohol, drugs, or any of that stuff. But they're completely forgetting the parts that says you have to eat healthy food and exercise and take care of your body. When you say my body is a temple, it doesn't mean you can eat whatever the fuck you want, and then you just have to not drink alcohol, take drugs, and all that stuff. But you can go and eat KFC for the rest of your life, and you can go get fat. But as long as I'm not drinking alcohol and all that stuff, I'm completely fine. To me, that's retarded. But I was having a conversation with my dad, and he was like, I tried to say that to him, but he was like, are you comparing alcohol with unhealthy eating and exercise? And I'm like, of course. Like, what standpoint are we talking from? Are we talking from a death standpoint? Like, which one has caused the most deaths or something? And then he said to me, you'll do anything, because we're having an argument before this. He was like, you'll do anything to justify your actions. And then in my head, I literally smiled while we were having this. In my head, I was thinking a couple of things. One of them was, first off, has it ever occurred to you that maybe you've just been conditioned so much to the point where you think those three things that you mentioned in the word of wisdom isn't the normal, but really, objectively, the eating healthy and exercising part one is just as, if not more important than these three, but just people didn't say eating healthy and exercise? Because it is in there. It's in there 100%. It's in there. So why is it that it's in there, people ignore it and they focus on these three? And it's because I think it's easier. It's easier to be like, yeah, just focus on these three. Don't worry about this one, these ones over here, just focus on these three. I was thinking maybe you've just been conditioned to believe, blah, blah, blah. And the second thing I was thinking was that I'm not going to try and convince you that alcohol isn't as bad as you think it is. Or, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to try and convince you that. He literally said that to me, you're just trying to justify your actions. And in my head, I'm like, There it is. We're not, I'm not going to try and change your beliefs or any of that shit. And he's not going to change mine, because I know what I believe. I'm the same as him, okay? I'm just a bit more open up to change than most people, including my dad. This is the last, I'm going to end this here. Even when I wrote a book, okay, I lost like 35 kgs or something. I lost heaps of weight. And then I wrote it in a book about all the stuff I've learned, the journey, the logistics of how to lose weight and blah, 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 the easiest way to do so and the fastest way to do so. And I wrote it. To me, it was a big deal. This is the book that people were messaging me saying, I fucking love your book, blah, blah, blah. I've lost weight from it. I learned so much. It was interesting to read. Such good feedback have been received from that book. I told my dad when I had finished it. I remember this like it was yesterday, whatever the expression is. Oh, I walked into the kitchen, he's there, and he's like at the sink or something, and I was like, oh, I finished my book. And he said, cool. That's it. Cool. So why to me, this was one of the most important things that I was going through, that I have ever done in my life, writing this book at that particular time. To him, it meant shit. It meant nothing. And then to other people, it meant so much, like all the feedback like I received, but to him, it means nothing. That's what I mean. People have belief systems, people have values, and to try and change their beliefs is kind of just you're just going in circles, you're not getting anything done. So it's better just to accept the person for who they are, myself included, and let them do what they need to do. Support them when you can, get into cool conversations, constructive ones, listen, don't talk too much. And that was something that was on my mind. Have a good day. I love you. Stay beautiful. Shana Docs.